Welcome to Dad Talk. Dad Talk is an unscripted conversation between real dads discussing things that affect a dad and his family. Today's episode, staying healthy and fit. Let's meet today's dads.
I'm Chad and I have 2.5 kids.
I'm Anthony. I've got 2 kids.
My name is Jonathan and I have 6 children.
Alright, so today's topic is staying healthy and fit. What kind of challenges have you faced in maintaining your health after starting a family? Honestly, I actually gained the most weight when I started my family. I was fit beforehand, and then, I don't know, I guess the stress of the change and, it's something, I can't even describe what happened.
I would say the lack of sleep from the first one.
Right?
All the stress kills you.
Yeah, I think there's a lot about priorities that have to change immediately after starting to have
Can't
kids.
be at the gym for 8 hours out of the day.
Exactly. In particular, after having the first kid, you find yourself in these scenarios where get everybody's case is different, but I mean a good example would be you're up all night trying to get things. Haven't taken care of diapers and making sure that the kid is quiet for a few hours. I mean, that'd be wonderful. And then so just the stresses associating that with coming home from work or going out to work or doing all the other things that you're already normally doing, and then so the priorities of working out or in my case, what I going to the gym doesn't really work for me. I can't motivate myself to do that. But whenever I've got a team, I'm a little bit more into some organized sports type thing. Well, I couldn't do some seasons. Some of those things didn't fit into the schedule anymore. So a lot of priorities change once you start having kids.
Not just priorities, but sheer exhaustion. I mean, when you go to work and then you get 3 hours of sleep at night, and then you go to work and then you come home and you give the wife a break, and then it's, do I want to go exercise or sit and vegetate for a little bit?
I'm just going to bed. I'm just going to sink in here and just blank out for a while.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That came out. Yeah, I guess it was challenging. I mean, I'm trying to think. I didn't start working out again until probably after the second kid. And a good while after that, actually. But let's see. How important is good health for you? I guess good health is very good. That didn't make sense. But I guess to me personally, I noticed when I was eating junk food and just vegging out, just trying to relax and everything, I had no energy, didn't care to do anything, had all these projects and just couldn't get motivated. But then I got into the routine of doing the smoothie drinks with the veggies and fruit mixes, and then just eating right and start eating really healthy. My energy shot up, and I actually started wanting to do more stuff and get stuff done. I think that's really good to be healthy because you actually can do more. And then I wanted to run around with the kids and wanted to just be more active with them. It gave me the energy to actually get some stuff or do stuff with them. So I think it actually is important.
Well, my wife is actually one of those people where she's always eaten healthy. She doesn't eat anything fried. There's never candy in the house. We don't have all kinds of junk food or anything. And so I kind of corrupted her a little bit when we got married because I like my ice cream. But as far as the kids are concerned, they don't get candy. They don't get soda. Juice is about the sugariest thing they get, and she makes sure that that's how they eat, and I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I mean, good health is important. I mean, I don't think that anybody's really arguing that. Just like everything else, like you mentioned. I mean, whenever you're in a better condition physically, then you can do more things. You can be more successful in a lot of the activities you do. So yeah, I mean, it's extremely important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's really important also for the kids to see you eating. That way they get into the habit of eating good food,
by example kind of thing.
Basic thing. Yeah, they see you, they want to eat what you eat. So I think it's funny, I'll go and, it's like my child Desiree is like, what do you want for a snack? He's like, let's have some carrots. All right, let's
There you
bust
go.
out the carrots. Let's have some grapes, cantaloupe, and all that. They aren't like, well, let's have candy. Let's have
Yeah.
stuff. It's like, I don't have any, but so you can ask. I don't have any of that, but we got a watermelon here. But so I think that's also good because that actually went to the next topic with the children's choices with their health as well. That it's important to show them how to eat properly and want to eat properly.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is important,
Right.
and it does affect the way that your kids that your kids eat is affected by the way that you eat. I mean, I can tell you that there's a lot of examples that I could give where my or my wife's different preferences in food in general. It doesn't have to be whether it's specifically junk food or not. Our preferences for food are reflected in the way that our kids eat too. I mean, right now my kids are still kind of there's a particular age, it seems like, where the kids become extremely picky with their food. They're only gonna eat one specific thing, the specific way that they like it prepared, and you can't force them. I mean, you can just tell them that they'll go hungry, and they will. They'll just be hungry. But along with that go other particularities about the way that the kids eat too. I mean. I can tell you that if we go over to somebody's house and they don't make macaroni in a particular way. I mean, they love macaroni, and we tell them it's the same macaroni. They just do this with it, and my kids will say, "Well, that's gross," or I don't want any of that.
And there's some kids that never grow out of that. I'm still that way.
So sure, I mean the way that we eat is definitely affects the way that our kids eat.
Oh yeah. Going through these pretty quick. How have you tried to maintain a healthy lifestyle? I guess try to maintain is by finding something that's fun. I guess like for me, my funnest sport, like you were saying, sports wise, mine's racquetball. I can play racquetball all day until my legs want to break. But and that's fun for me, and it's a really good workout. Keeps me active, running around, and so I don't really go and do the weights and do stuff like that, but like every once in a while I'll go and do a core class just to work on my core or something like that, just to add some variety. But just to maintain it's good, because I know if I skip a day and I try to do it the next day or a few days later, it's really hard to get back into it. So I know I've got to keep at it if I want to continue being able to do all that different stuff.
Well, see, me and my wife, we've never been the kind. We're not sports people, and we don't go work out. She hates the gym. It's more of just if you go play with your kids. If you go chase them around for an hour, that's a good workout.
Yeah,
right there.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like little 2, 3 or little ones. They've got so much energy. You can run the world off of it. But
yeah.
I mean that'll burn it out right there.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, for me, I mean, I've tried a whole bunch of different things to get back into shape. I mean, I college for me was they always talk about the freshman 10. Well, mine was about the freshman 35. And so I've actually struggled with gaining weight and remaining active for since for I guess the last 15 years. But I think in a way, like you were saying, Anthony, that it's more important to be active in doing something that you like doing.
Right.
Again, whenever I've tried several times. I mean, I've gone and hired the personal trainer to try to motivate me into getting into the gym and doing that sort of a thing. Matter of fact, that was the beginning of this year. That was my January start to the year was hiring the personal trainer and trying to get motivated that way, and it worked for a while. But then I got burned out on it, and it didn't stick very well, So I think it's really important that if you're gonna be really trying to change the way that your body looks, change the weight that you're at, or become more physically fit, more physically capable of doing everything that you want to do. It's really got to be a lifestyle change. I've gone through the same process several years in a row where, okay, we start this year's going to be the one. Okay, after the 15th try, I think I might have learned a little bit of a lesson there that it's really, for me, I think it's really got to be something that you change altogether. Most recently, one of the things that I've really enjoyed and really started getting into is taking my kids on bike rides. Like you said before, get the kids involved, get them out there and start doing something together.
Come play with me, Daddy, is a bigger motivator than I got to go to the gym again.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's not a chore at that point.
Right. There's a whole nother dynamic to it, and I mean there's a couple other things that we've tried to include with that as well, is the whole idea of, if I go to the store on a bike, that's less gas that we have to buy. I mean, we literally didn't.
Way.
Well, we're not that far.
Yeah,
that's true.
We're not that far
you're that close. It's not bad.
from the grocery store. I mean, I guess it's a 2-mile trek there and back for us, but on a bike it's not that bad. And having little kids, we got one of those little trailers, and that little trailer, the real little ones. That's the key, isn't it? That's really what it's been for me. Is it's a whole lot of extra weight, a whole lot of extra drag, but then we can actually carry groceries at that point. We've actually got some room for milk and more weight and some rice and more weight onto the trailer. But it's actually fun to show the kids, hey, look, a bike is more than just something you hop onto and spin around the block. I mean, we can actually go someplace with it. And that was a neat revelation for us, is, hey, let's go someplace. So that's kind of been what bike rides have been for us, is, hey, where do we want to go? Instead of, hey, let's go around the block, or hey, no, I mean, we go someplace and then we enjoy ourselves while we're there, and then we turn around and come back. So that's been a big thing. But then most recently, I've actually gotten into the kickball scenario where, hey, you know what? There's a league and there's a team, and there are some people that are actually depending upon me to show up. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Well, but I think there's a huge different dynamic change when it's especially because I never understood the people who, I'm going to the gym and I'm going to go work out for the sake of working out. That's not fun to me. It's if you make it fun, then it's not a chore. It's not work, and it's something you're going to want to do, like you're playing or you kickball, same kind of thing.
Yeah.
And especially if you get the kids involved, and then it's, even if you're tired, it's, well, the kids want to go, so you
got a good point.
Coerced.
Yeah.
Yep, you got a good point.
No, that's real good. I do that with the girls, is when they're too riled up and they're just stuck inside, or it's too hot outside. We'll actually go to the gym and we'll go into the racquetball courts and we'll bring the soccer balls or whatnot and let them kick around.
Kick them off the walls.
Yeah, I've been teaching them to play racquetball. They actually hold the rackets and they're hitting the balls, and they get really excited. They want to go and get involved, and I think that's actually good. Again, showing kids how to be active but whatnot. But it's not bad to maintain. I have been the type. I was the type for a long time that I would go to the gym and I would work out. I would go to want to work out because I wanted to bulk up, and I'd be doing the weights for hours and running and just doing the machines. And I never had a personal trainer. I never wanted to spend the money on a personal trainer, but I just went there and figured out the machines, and it was fun for me. But what really helped was having someone to go with. Like, if I try and go by myself, you get burned out very easily, and it's not too fun. But when you have someone competing, I had someone competing with me, so it's like, how much can you bench? And we try to overbench each other or do different weights, and I think that kind of helps for the gym aspect. Is you have to have a gym buddy or someone to go with to make it more of a challenge, and not just sit on the treadmill for a while and run forever and
run to nowhere.
Basically, you ain't going nowhere. They're sitting there and it's like still standing here. But so I think that's pretty good. But let's see, what has worked and what hasn't as far as working out.
Staying healthy.
Staying healthy and fit. What has worked and what hasn't worked? I think we kind of went over that, but
Yeah, well, I mean, I could list off a whole bunch of different fad things that I tried
Right,
that didn't work.
didn't
That just
work.
don't work.
Yeah.
yeah, the water diet.
One of the worst things that happened to me, and I gained a lot of weight, was getting a desk job.
Oh,
I had
that.
no idea, because I worked out in the refineries and all that stuff. You know, you sweat and you work, and you never really understand. Because I didn't really eat that healthy, but I never understand how much it's going to hurt you when you're not burning those calories anymore. You get a desk
Right.
job,
Mhm.
and then you gain 40 pounds in
Right.
a year. And it's, where did that come from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can't get rid of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
most of my after schooling, even with schooling, most of my activities were associated around a desk job or desk positions and things like that. And then whenever I did end up going into retail and spent a lot of time on my feet, suddenly I saw some real changes there. So I mean, I can
Walking all day. yeah.
exactly. So I can relate to what you're saying on the flip side that going in the opposite direction, it made a big difference because I ended up walking a lot more of my day. So yeah, I mean that did make a whole lot of difference.
Yeah, well, to me, it's a lot harder going from the desk job to the on your feet, because I just recently made that
switch again.
and ooh, it's rough. So boy, is it rough.
Where's my wheelchair?
Yeah.
I'll give my
Can I
chair
get a little
wheel-
scooter or something?
Yeah, I'm at a desk job actually at the moment, but I try to, because I work at a health club, so
So you have to maintain the image.
I
That's
have.
the
Well,
work.
that's the funny part, but yeah. So I read all these different articles about different things you can do if you have a desk job. So I've tried the whole the medicine ball instead of the chair, which
Ooh.
actually is very good because it's working your core out while you're sitting
you
there.
gotta-
Yeah, and you have to fix your posture because you have to sit there on the ball, so you're keeping a good posture and you're working your core while you're at your computer, and it's really nice.
try that at
It's
home.
a pain to do 5 days straight, but I mean, if you get it in there every once in a while, it's actually pretty nice. Other things, of course, is getting up and walking around and stuff like that. So I've incorporated everything, so I'm not stuck there at the computer, just focused on the computer and just working. I get up, I walk around, or I go grab the medicine ball and sit there and do some mini crunches while I'm trying to type, and just different things like that, which helps with the desk job. Because I honestly, sitting at a desk, I'd rather be up and moving around and doing stuff instead of just sitting there. So for me, I guess that kind of helps, keep it going like that.
Yeah, I'm really curious. I heard of this concept of the walking desk. Have you?
I've seen those.
Yes, the treadmill with the desk on it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's basically
yes.
what it is.
I looked that up, and that's interesting.
Well, because that actually at the office I worked at, where I had my desk job, they were thinking about getting those for the new building they built, and it was because it's a very slow. It's just enough to keep
Right.
you stepping.
Oh, really?
You're
so you're not walking,
Right.
constantly,
but you're constantly moving your legs.
And it's very slow, but it's just enough that you're not vegetating. You're
Right.
not just
Yeah.
sitting there. And it actually helps, like you're talking, correct your because you're standing.
You're
and you have
standing
to,
up.
It's ergonomically correct. And
Yeah.
they even make the ones where the desks go higher and lower,
Right.
and
Yeah,
adjust and
right.
everything. It's
That
really
way,
neat.
it's still level
I mean,
with you.
I've been really interested in the standing desk. The idea of, because as a matter of fact, one of the places that I was working on computers, rather than being at a desk, we had a workbench, and so I was standing the majority of the time. And so that idea I think would fit in really well. Fit in really well also, the idea that whenever I come to do whatever task I'm doing, I'm actually standing the whole time, that I'm not, that I don't, I mean, I could pull up a stool or something like that if my feet were getting tired or something, but my primary focus is actually standing and being able to move from left to right or down the line or whatever.
Right, well, that's
I
one
mean,
of those, like I have bad feet, so standing
Yeah.
all day hurts. But you get those anti-fatigue mats that you get, you'd be amazed. It's like walking on pillows
A big
all day.
difference.
It's great. Yeah, it makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I can imagine, standing for too long. Like my shins are worthless, so I can't be on them too long. But as long as I guess it's up, like as long as the workbench is high enough, because that's the other thing is like if you're bent down, you're just going to mess
Oh,
up
you
your
hurt
back
yourself.
too long if you're standing too long. So yeah, you got to make sure everything is up high enough where you're not bent over, and then so either standing or walking or bouncing on a medicine ball.
On a medicine ball.
I think that would actually help a lot of people that are just looking to do something to just start themselves up. Because honestly, it's little things that you change help tremendously. It just kind of changes how your lifestyle, just adding little things to help you kind of start working
the
out.
baby steps. 'Cause
Little baby steps.
Like, you can tell, this is going to be the year, and you try to make all these drastic changes.
No.
This much will stick.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But and you know what? I've been able to apply that a little bit, where a little bit sticks.
Right.
A little bit sticks, and then a little bit
You
sticks.
keep getting those little pieces.
And then
builds up.
yeah.
Death by 1,000 cuts.
Right.
Maybe, right. Because eventually the plan is to lose 100 pounds. Hey, we're going to get there. But so again, I think the big focus is making a change in lifestyle. Making a change in the way that the way that you go about your everyday as opposed to well, I'm going to add an extra this, or I'm going to add an extra that. Well, maybe a little bit at a time you can get there as well. But I think it's making something that really sticks, something that really changes the way that you go about your day, that's really going to have the biggest effect on how physically fit you are, on how well you eat, on all those different topics. And I think also something to remember is that, like I said earlier, 15 years of poor eating. It took a long time to get to the point that you're at.
Yeah,
so
it's not
you also
gonna
have
go
to
away
you also have to
that
realize that it's going to take some time to come back as well.
It takes longer. It's
It
much
takes-
easier to put it on
Yeah,
than to take
exactly.
it
It's
off.
a lot
Exactly.
easier to put it on than to take it off. It just takes more effort to get to it, but it's the effort that needs to be made. You have to want to lose it, want to be better shape, and not just think it's going to go away. I'm going to work out this week and be super thin. No, you're going to work out this year and next year, and you will be a lot better. But actually, it really, that's not even true. It won't even take that long. Like, for me, I lost 50 pounds in 6 months.
Yeah.
Just because it was just sitting fat, and I was determined I'm going to lose it, and I pushed myself, and I lost the weight, and I got into a much better shape than I was. And it literally, you just have to have your goal, and you have your long-term goals and your short-term goals. Your long-term is like, I'm going to lose 50 pounds, and I'm going to do it in 6 months, or let's say a year. And then, but your short-term goals, okay, this month I'm going to lose 10 pounds, and then just do your little goals and just keep at it, and just know it's not just working out, it's eating right, it's being active, moving about. Just don't expect to lose weight sitting watching the TV. You need to actually, I guess, change the way you think and actually do things differently, incorporate different things. Like, okay, I'm going to go to the store, I'm going to walk to the store to go grab something, or I'm going to ride my bike, or however, to just change it. Looks like our time is up. Thanks for watching today's show. Please like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you have any questions or comments, please email us. You can find all our information at the end of the credits. Thank you.